All right, guys, we're back here on Southeastern 16, presented by FanDuel. Boy, FanDuel, that line for this game did not hold very well. I did, Max,
Yikes.
you're going to ask. I did the emotional hedge, as always. But we're going to talk about Michigan State 83, Kentucky 66.
Mm.
In a game where at times you may have said the score was a little closer, or the game was a little closer than the score indicated, but in most of this game, I don't know. Seems about right to me for this game to finish the way it did. So we're going to talk about it. Before we do, game time sidekicks. Boy, not sure. Yeah, I'm telling you, you need some stainless steel drinkware right now. All SEC schools are there. Over 350 more universities as well. Everything from stainless steel sippy cups, tumblers, 40-ounce bottles, and shaker cups. SC16, 20% discount to our viewers. Yeah, I mean, if you're a Kentucky fan, you're watching this, you're just like, hey, man, at least I got my game time sidekicks, right? We
Right?
always say that, Max. No matter how the games turn out, at least we got our game time sidekicks
There
because
you
they
go.
are the best of the best. So, again, SC16, 20% discount to our viewers. Michigan State fans, you can go buy some right now, again, with all the others that they have there. All right, Max. We came into this game. We did our preview very early this morning.
Yes.
And we said that the Kentucky Wildcats, who were a 5.5-point favorite on FanDuel, I think it may have moved down to 4.5. But when we did the preview this morning, we said there are going to be some real keys in this game for the Cats. One of the things we mentioned was rebounding. And Kentucky got out rebounded by 14 in this game. So chalk that one up to did not go well and just kind of got bullied on the glass, and we'll get more into that here in a bit. We also mentioned that one of the worst three-point shooting teams in college basketball right now is Michigan State. And Michigan State goes 11 of 22 for 50% in this game, and really, when they started 7 of 11, something like that, just got off to a hot streak.
Yeah.
Some of those were contested, some of those were not contested. You could leave Division I college basketball players at the power conference level wide open, and they're going to hit some of those shots eventually. And that's what happened for Michigan State in this game. But those are statistical things. I think this was kind of a way deeper
Yeah.
than just the stats here.
Yeah.
To me, there were red flags aplenty in this game, and I'll get into what I think that is, but you're going to look at the stats and you're going to see certain things that do jump out on the page. But I'm telling you, I think this is more than stats coming out of this game because I don't know, man. That does not look like a team that has any chemistry whatsoever. And that's a team that looks like it is just going through the motions right now.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Welcome in, everybody. Come on in. Hey, come on in. Everybody, come on in.
The crew is here.
Come on in.
Here they come.
Here we go. Zach's in the house. Good to see Zach. What's up, guys? Feels like the SEC is kind of getting smoked in the non-conference. I don't know if kinda is the right word there. I don't know if you needed kinda. Think we're getting smoked right now.
Thanks for the $5 super chat, Zach. We're going to need more of those if this season keeps going like this. We're going to need all the super chat money we can get to keep the lights on over here at Southeastern 16. These teams got to play better.
Jeez.
So, yeah, keep the super chats coming. Support the channel, memberships, anything. Send nickels in the mail, like whatever you got to do. So, my goodness. All right, continue on, Max Barr.
I mean, man, I don't want to see anyone say anything about the 3-point shooting because yes, they are a terrible 3-point shooting team leading up to this team, Michigan State, leading up to this game, and they shoot 50%, of course. But that was was there any aspect of the entire basketball game to be like to hang your hat on there? I mean, that was maybe the most pathetic performance for a top, a top of the league team that I was really excited for. I've seen in a while. I'm just disappointed, I think, in every aspect of the game. I really have. I don't even know where to start. I'm so disappointed.
I mean, look, I'll throw the question out to our fine members in the chat here. Like, if you're watching that game, what is the positive takeaway you have for Kentucky? Like, find me something. And look, you could probably say, all right, maybe there's a couple of those individual things you're going to look at, but I don't even know. Like, and I'm not trying to dog the players. I don't know if there's anything you come away from this game saying, I feel positive about that, other than this. It's just simply we don't have two of our key players. And that's really all you have, I think, coming out of this game. And I told you, I said, look, you're at Kentucky if you're Mark Pope, right? And there's never really a grace period when you're the Kentucky basketball coach. But they did so, they were able to navigate things very well last year. But here's the thing. When you see and like it or not, this is the era we live in, right? Which one are you laughing at? Just throw any chats you want up on the screen, Matt.
Bill right now has got absolutely nothing to look forward to. Sure, he's got a wife and 2 kids. He's built a new house. But if the cats suck, who cares?
Oh, Bill. Bill's an all-time legend here in the chat.
Legend.
And, yeah, I don't know. So, I don't know. I mean, look, you got Michigan State coming in too. And hey, I'll be honest with you. And I'll get back to my Mark Pope thing here in a second. Michigan State has been tougher than the 2 SEC teams they played so far, and that's a big reason why they're 2-0 against the SEC. Just out-toughed them. In those key moments against Arkansas, it was a closer game, out-toughed the Hogs, I thought. In this game, out-toughed Kentucky. So, bravo to Michigan State. Off to a 2-0 start. Who else they got to play in SEC? They got more SEC teams, don't they? Maybe not. I don't know.
We'll stop there.
Hopefully not.
Can we stop?
Hopefully the hell not. Hopefully they don't play any other SEC teams. They might bully them too. But, all right, so back to the Mark Pope thing for a second. And Max, just as I'm talking, throw up all kinds of comments. I know people want to get their frustrations out there, and that's fine. But after a certain point, I think it's you came into this season, like it or not in this era, if that report gets out there that your roster is $22 million or whatever, you're going to be judged on that. And when you have that and you see the way these first 2 big games have turned out so far, I think it's man, it's not, you are at, and someone just asked it. It may have been Zach here. $5 super chat from Zach. Appreciate you. Keep them coming. Well, JQ and Lowe drastically change things around enough when they come back. I don't know, man. We better hope so. So I think that's the thing. You've built a roster, and yes, you're without 2 of your guys, but I think there's a lot of things so far, and we try not to overreact here, but there's a lot of things so far that I don't know if they can fix just yet, right? Now, the basketball stuff, yes, you can fix. Hey, you got to rebound better. You got to defend better. What happened to that defense that, 3 weeks ago we're like, hey, this looks like a great defensive team. Just did not play well defensively here. But, you can fix some of those things statistically when JQ is back, you would think, because he is going to bring an element they do not have right now on this team. Yes, I know people have been up and down on Jalen Lowe. He's still going to bring an element. I think that will be positive long-term for this team. But this chemistry and just the overall, I don't know, man, just the overall dynamic of this team right now, it just did not get good vibes with the way they reacted in this game. And I think it was our guy, Brandon Ramsey. You got, it's Twitter, lots of things coming through, but something about, it may use the word panicked. They just look like a team that they just didn't know how to respond early on. And guess what? That's the same thing we said about the Louisville game.
Well, it's like a shock. I'm kind of shocked because the SEC was just the best conference in my lifetime. Maybe when I was back a kid, the Big East, our ACC we had those debates last year, but one of the best conferences in my lifetime. And you're the player of the year for that best conference the next year, and not looking like even a all SEC player, not even on a first, second, or third team right now. That's what the trade was, right? That's what we talked about all offseason. No Kobe Brea profile player, no Jackson Robinson type of profile. You don't have those sniper shooters. So you got Mo Dioubate, you got Oweh, you got big 6'5" guard Aberdeen, 6'5" Jasper. You got nice, versatile 6'8" Cam Williams. You traded the sniper shooting for the defensive versatility. Where's the defensive versatility? Losing it over here. That's supposed to be the backbone of this team. It's not there right now. It's killing them.
we always say there's a number one seed on this in our chat. All-time number one seed has been locked in. But I could probably have summed up everything I've said so far with the 3 words that Mother Carol. And of course, it's Mother Carol, like the legend. I've said that multiple times as I'm watching this game. This team, and you know what I thought of? I was thinking about the De'Aaron Fox, Malik Monk teams. And I'm thinking, De'Aaron Fox was an absolute dog. Like, that guy just came out there, and he wasn't like someone, I'm trying to remember, like, I feel like De'Aaron Fox was one of those, like, sort of like silent, just, hey, I'm going to come out and just beat you with my game, and then I'm going to give you a look and make sure you know. I didn't have to say too much. I just came out and just crossed you over and scored on you. But, like, I don't get that. They don't. Like, I'm not seeing a team that is the aggressor for 40 minutes and maybe even has, like, one of those just absolute dogs right now. We thought that was going to be Otega Oweh.
Yep.
And he's just not played well to this point. Let's call it what it is. So, I mean, there's a lot of whatever. Bill's asking if he can trade players. Listen here, Bill. It's called the transfer portal, but I don't know if you can do a full-out trade. But, yeah, it was not very good. So, we're going to give Josh $10 super chat here.
Hey, Josh, I haven't seen Josh in a while.
Josh been in the football chats. He just hadn't. Yeah, no, he's gearing up for basketball. We know Josh, MVP. He'll be here. Says Pope teams last year will be his best at Kentucky until he's fired. Go back to when he was hired as widely thought to be a home run hire, wasn't their first or second choice. So the one knock on Pope when he was hired is they replaced a guy who had been there for a while, but had the lack of NCAA tournament success in recent years. And we said, well, Pope had not won an NCAA tournament game to that point. And so you were banking on a lot of things. And this year they banked on the fact that we have the money to go build our roster. And yes, I know injuries have played into it, but I think it's the most jarring thing to me. And look, I don't disagree with this at all. From Eastside Trey here. I know Michigan State fan, but I mean,
oh yeah,
just got outcoached. I mean,
100%.
too. I mean, that there's a lot of things that are going against them right now. And I'm not saying that one little thing is the difference. It's the combination of all those things.
Oh yeah.
Where you felt like Michigan State had a better game plan. They executed their game plan. And that's what it's about, right? So,
oh yeah. That was 2 teams on opposite ends of the identity, where you're at in your team identity. Complete opposite ends. That's a Michigan State team that knows. And we said it in the preview. We said they're going to beat you one way. They are going to beat you one way. And they did. They made a few extra shots than we expected, but the physicality, the rebounding, the versatility with Cohen Carr at the 3 on defense, Jeremy Fears making life hell for whoever he's guarding. It's exactly what they did. They implemented their game plan. And, I think what you're going to see tonight from a lot of Cats media is a semi-overreaction, a semi-panic. Well, that's where Max Barr is here to tell you, smash the panic button. Smash it. Smash it. Okay? Because then later on in the season, when JQ comes back, it's like, it's amazing. So get the panic button out and smash it right now. Time.
All right, let's catch up on some chats here. And there's going to be more things that are mentioned that I've not even, it all kind of runs together at this point. Listen, JB23, you may be in here, I know, to rag on us, but listen, pal, this is the norm at this point. Anytime we pick a team, run far away. These big games. We've been leaning too much into the SEC in these big games, Max, and it's hurting us. The SEC teams aren't coming through.
It was a blessing last year. It was an absolute blessing.
It was.
It was great.
When in doubt, pick the SEC teams last year. This year so far,
it's like call an audible on that.
When in doubt in the big games, pick the non-SEC teams. Because we've done that one time and we got it right. So, man, brutal. All right.
One actual, like, I know we're having a lot of fun with this, guys, but one takeaway I did have that is actually concerning going forward is I was banking on Brandon Garrison taking a little bit of a leap this year. Getting we heard a lot of hype out of camp that he's in better shape. His defense is better. I mean, 20 minutes, 2 points, 4 rebounds, no steals, no blocks, no offensive rebounds. I mean, we got to be better than that.
Yeah.
And now don't rush JQ back. Do not rush him back because of, you're pressed now. You're a little bit, you're under more pressure. Let's not run into more issues.
Yeah. Jeffrey said, did the whole panel, I guess, on ESPN pick Kentucky too? That's how you knew it was over at that point. But yeah, I think there's so many things coming out of this game. And this is where, like, I guarantee on a rewatch of this game, you're going to look at this and there's probably going to be even more that you're just like, how the hell did that just happen? Like, you're going to look at some of these possessions and just be like, man, what are they doing? Right. And I mean, look, good comment too. And again, I know there's a lot of Michigan State fans coming in, but we are the SEC channel. We're going to cover the SEC side of things, but I mean, like, not wrong here. When, like, this is what Izzo does, and we said that in the thing. We mentioned the quote he had where he's like, yeah, he did it again. Where he's like, all right, my team sucks. They played terrible. They sucked. We're going to get beat by 100. Of course, he didn't say it that way, but that's how he phrased it. And his team responded. And so far, Kentucky's, I just don't think I've seen the response after that Louisville game, and especially now after this. Like, I don't know, man. I mean, and that's the difference, right, with basketball, is that the thing is Kentucky can lose these games like this and still be fine come season's end, but it doesn't make it any less disappointing in the performances. So, I don't know.
Well, this is the product also of today's social media, Twitter, Instagram, all that, and you get all these, all these reports of the transfers in the offseason. If that 22 million number wasn't floated around in the offseason and the price tag wasn't there and all in the preseason hype and the SEC, all that stuff raises the expectation, raises it. I remember us saying in the offseason, like, I don't remember the exact context of what we were talking about, but we were like, it was like, what would be a disappointment? Remember we did those? It was like, what would be a disappointment? And a lot of Cats fans were like, not making the Final Four or something. We were like,
yeah. Good point.
Only 4 teams get to do that. So, and it was like, let's lower this a little bit. So, I mean, take all the offseason stuff into consideration, and the expectations just got way too high.
All right, more Super Chats here as we talk about it. Justin, going to throw a little shade. I mean, listen, Super Chats, hey, Justin's anchoring down. He's having a nice season for his sports, I'll tell you that, for the Vanderbilt Commodores. $5 Super Chat from Justin. Josh going to give us a $5 Super Chat to tell us that the SEC is taking a lot of L's early in big games. But fear not, boys, Daddy Barnes is coming to pick up the slack in a few weeks against Houston, Louisville, and Illinois. I'll hold my thoughts on that, Josh. I may be a little worried about Tennessee in a few of those matchups, but we'll see. We need somebody to pick up the slack right now. Somebody's got to do it. Maybe it's you, Josh. Maybe it's suiting up. Getting Josh suited up out there. Zach says, don't pick Auburn to beat Oregon next week, please. $2 Super Chat from Zach. We would have probably picked Houston to beat Auburn. So we would have gotten that one right. We just didn't get a chance to get to it. And we wouldn't have been excited about getting it right.
No.
All right, what else? I feel like we've kind of just been all over the place, but specifically in this game, like I said, if I boil it down to certain things, I see just a complete lack of chemistry right now.
Yeah.
I see a team that, and I'm going to go back to you, Max, because you tried to tell people that this was going to be a problem, and the shooting in these kind of games is, still, I think, going to be something that you're going to worry about with Kentucky. Yeah. 7 of 30 here in this one. And I think that's going to wind up being the thing, is that if they're not defending well, which again, they had too many lapses in this game the same way they had against Louisville, I don't think this is a team that's going to be able to shoot their way out of some of these. And we've seen that. I mean, again, Aberdeen just kind of got hot in the Louisville game, right? But like, this was kind of the proof that they just couldn't shoot themselves out of this spot. And I think long term, they're going to have to be more aggressive. Like, they're going to have to be a team that there's a guy, again, a De'Aaron Fox, Malik Monk type dog. The way that Otega Oweh was last year, he just hasn't been to this point. They got to have more of that because they're not going to solve their problems. I think this particular team just sitting out and taking threes because I don't think their numbers suggest it's not going to happen. So,
well, that's part of the reason why I'm taking a sledgehammer to my panic button right now, because the space isn't there for Oweh to drive into because Mo D doesn't space the floor like Andrew Carr did. So tonight was Mo D taking 4 3-point attempts. That was his career high. He'd never taken 4 before, and there's a reason why he had never taken 4 before. It's not what he does. He was the bully ball player of the year last year. Get away from the 3-point line, Mo. Anyways, see, now I'm getting sidetracked. I'm going all over the place here. But there's no space.
A lot to take away from this game. Yeah.
There was a possession there in the second half. I remember it when Mo D, there was some nice action at the top of the key, and Mo D gets a pass with some space to work, and he goes to kind of take Kohler one-on-one, and Kohler just, brick walls him. Mo D can't move him at all. What's going on here? So there's no space for Oweh to get into, and since Dioubate is not making shots at the 4 like Andrew Carr was last year, it's clogging everything up. And unless you will get a game maybe when Mo D goes 2 of 2 or something like that. He'll do that and the floor will open up a little bit. But in these tight games, when Cam Williams isn't, playing 25 minutes a game and everything, and it's Mo D or whoever it is at the 4 and they're not spacing it, Oweh's not going to have the room to operate like he did last year. It's not there.
Well, yeah, I think that's one of, it's just that there's, like you said, that, man, we could go so many different directions, and we already have been in 20 minutes. We've hit on a lot of different things, and there will be some people I know that'll say it's, kind of overreacting, but I don't think it's overreacting after you have a second game like this against a quality opponent, and this one was worse than the last one. Yep, Josh, $2 super chat. How good was Amari Williams last year? Bailed him out in some of those, right? I
remember reactions when we would get on here and we would go, when Amari Williams is not on the court, it is get him back on as quick as he can get back on. Short rest, get Amari Williams back on the court. And we haven't even. How have we gone 23 minutes tonight and we haven't brought up Amari Williams? That's why Josh is in the chat.
Yeah, I think another fair question is this, we've hyped up their depth. And I almost look at it now and you're you are playing, in this game they played 10 guys 10 or more minutes. I know it's eventually that rotation shortens, but we may be getting close to that point now where it's that thing's got to shorten considerably. Because maybe it is you're rotating a lot of guys in and out and you just don't have the chemistry with certain rotations. I'm sure, Ken Palm does the what? Doesn't he do how does he do it? The depth chart, I don't remember how he grades it or whatever the thing he does on it. But it's you can find out what the best units are for this team. But I don't know. So far, I feel like it's just it's lacking in so many different areas. Chemistry. Yeah.
Not clicking.
So, what is it? Here's something from, what was it? I think it was Tyler Thompson from KSR. Or I think it was Chris Budden, who was the sideline reporter for the game. What did she say during the game? It was Kentucky's players were barking at each other in the timeout down 14. And Mark Pope had to step in and tell them to get on the same page. That sums it up right there. It's you got a team that they will find more chemistry. They will gel more the more games they play. But, man, I thought they'd be much further along now. But they're not, and it's going to take them a while. And that's where someone asked earlier, what's the upcoming schedule? Well, let me pull it up here because I don't have it in front of me. But their next 2 games, they're going to play Loyola, Maryland, and Tennessee Tech. So they're going to win both those games by 25 or more. But then it's like, okay, North Carolina December 2nd in the ACC Challenge. Then it's the Zags in Nashville on December 5th. From December 2nd to December 20th, you're going to play North Carolina, Gonzaga, Indiana, and St. John's. And then, oh, by the way, you open SEC play at the team that was ranked number 1 in our power rankings this week in Alabama. So, if you want to play guess the record based off this kind of performance tonight and what you saw for a good majority of that Louisville game, it may not be pretty, but I don't know.
And I hate that. You guys know I don't like to single out individual players. It's because it's a long season, and I don't know. I don't like to do that. It's kind of bad taste, but I'm going to do it. Other than last year's, it was a home game, February 11th, home against Tennessee. Kentucky was really shorthanded. They were an underdog in the game, I think, at home, or it was like a pick'em. And Trent Noah goes 3 of 4 from 3, and he has 11 points. And it was huge shots. Other than that game against Tennessee where he makes the 3 threes, has there ever been a game where you come away from it impressed with Trent Noah? Because those 10 minutes today, I don't know what word to describe it with, but it wasn't good.
Well, I think that's where the depth thing, that's where, like I said, it's going to be one where, and, we're not going to be able to tell from the next couple games because they should be winning these games handily. But how many guys play against North Carolina in 2 weeks or whatever it is? That will tell me a lot, because that may be something where it's like, hey, we're realizing that there are certain pieces of this puzzle that are not fitting together, and we're going to have to shorten this thing. Now, again, like we still don't know the specifics on Lowe, right? Like we don't have any defined timetable or anything like that.
Whatever they've decided.
JQ, I mean, we're getting closer with each passing day, but we still don't know what that looks like. That could still be a month from now. So we don't know. But yeah, I mean, I don't have the answer on what the rotation should be, because I don't know that after a game like this, I came away just being so impressed to the point to where I'm like, hey, it's got to be this 5, or it's got to be, I don't know who it is. And I assume Mark Pope's probably thinking the same thing. I mean, they may not know either. So,
well, there was a point this summer when I'm doing the off-season depth chart graphics. There was a point where the point guard position for Kentucky says Jalen Lowe, Caden Lewis.
Yeah, true.
That would be nice to have right now.
Good point. Yeah, it's a good point. So, yeah, Clayton, I'm not going to go to 20 losses, but I mean, that's the thing. Like we said for the SEC as a whole, I mean, how many games the SEC lost now? And some of you have brought up in the chat, and we're going to, just so you're clear, we are going to wait and discuss the other games tomorrow morning on our morning show. But we usually try to do this for your big kind of primetime games during the week sometimes. And obviously this was a big one for Kentucky
one of the
fans
best
out
games
there
of
to
the
be
week.
like, what the hell's going on? But look, like LSU, 6-point lead at halftime against Alcorn State, who's 0-5. Arkansas has struggled a little bit with Winthrop. We weren't surprised by that. We said to keep an eye on this one.
I thought they would bounce back, though, after the bad game last game.
Well, true, but I just think still, though, it's like they're a team, too, that's definitely a work in progress.
Yeah.
A&M's up 13 on Montana. Ole Miss is doing okay against Austin Peay. But in South Carolina, I know got the win. Someone mentioned that earlier. We'll talk about the Gamecocks in the morning in a game where they were, what we say, what was the 8-point favorite, 9-point favorite? They just blew out Radford. So we'll talk about it in the morning. But I tell you, the SEC so far, and I can't say it's a big surprise because we've kind of mentioned this past couple months. Yeah, like we know what the expectation is going to be to try to match last season. But we said, too, I didn't think it was ever realistic to think the SEC was going to get 14 teams in the tournament. There was going to be a little bit of a step back just because you had other leagues that are getting better. The ACC specifically, just a better conference. And we're going to see that in the challenge in a couple weeks. It's not going to be 14-2 like it was last year. But you had some of these, and someone asked me this morning, Max, I think it was, the difference in the SEC this year, if I had to sum it up just in one sentence, I said, I just think the top of the SEC is not going to be as good as it was last year.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I think the bottom could be a little better, but I don't think the top's going to be as good. And so far, I mean, again, you've got flaws with the top. I mean, easily the top 5-6 teams in our power rings this week. You're looking at and saying, that team's still, I got some things I got to figure out with that team, So last year it was just domination, and that just hasn't happened.
I mean, you could argue the SEC doesn't have a top 10 team in the country right now.
I think that's probably fair.
So that then you could also make the argument that the SEC doesn't have a projected 1 or 2 seed. Like, it's, best team in the SEC this year might be a 2 or a 3. It might not have a 1.
Yeah. Well, shout out to all the super chatters. So we will throw your comment on the screen, even if it's not for a long time, because I know some of you like to talk trash, but we appreciate the super chats. You guys are great to us. Support us. As we said, if the SEC keeps losing more games, we may need that support soon enough. Big Waller Brett wants Bruce Pearl to Kentucky. So anything to keep him away from Auburn. I don't think he's coming back to Auburn, Big Baller Brad, so you're okay there. $10 super chat from
I love when Josh gets rolling.
Josh he just gets fired up. Josh he might be the MVP of super chats since the summer. Now we know Quinn's going to come in hot when the Auburn Tigers get rolling, but Josh is a top super chatter. They're going to bludgeon teams this year on the boards. Not wrong. I think Tennessee's front court, as we said, well, pending the I mean, just how many hits we going to take here, man? This morning we're talking about
Mo D rolls an ankle. Yeah, I actually put out a tweet earlier today. I said with JP and Kashawn down, the boy ball committee might put in a request to cancel the season. And now if Mo D is out for a while, we might cancel the season. So stay tuned on that.
Well, as Chris says, Chris always a very optimistic, level-headed person in the chat.
Let's hear him out here.
There is the positive. It's early.
Yes.
Not just for Kentucky, for everybody. We're 2 weeks into the season. It's early, folks. We still got a long way to go. But we wouldn't be doing our jobs if we didn't come out and just tell you what we saw tonight. It wasn't a good performance for the Cats. So you can call it overreacting, whatever you want. But yes, I don't know. So
Brent is right. SWA. That's Blake's guy right now. Blake's been loving some SWA.
Oh, that guy's he is bully ball material. I'm not the bully ball aficionado, but
maybe this is what everything happens for a reason. Maybe this is the SEC storyline this year. We'll take our lumps early. Take our lumps early after being the country's best last year. Get all the, it's like Rocky Balboa. We're like doing the rope-a-dope right now. We're just getting teed off on by Clubber Lang. And then just wait. Just wait. Till February, March comes around.
Yeah.
I hope.
Well.
I hope. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Trying.
All right. Shout out to Justin. By the way, Justin gifted a membership. Great stuff. You want to become a member at the channel. That also supports us out. Got a lot. Max and I had a membership epiphany today, so we got a lot of fun stuff coming for you guys on that. So yeah, we appreciate the membership, Justin, on that. I know Mike H in the chat was asking if I was Eminem. Now we've heard this one before, Mike H.
Yeah,
and I have been known to bust out a rap every now and then, but there's really no reason at this point to do that. So. Which one are you laughing at now?
Well, then it's the name.
See, that's why I said Mike H, Max. I wanted to make it very clear that Mike H is going to get his props. But Mike H, unfortunately, I'm not going to say Mike H's full name. All right? Because who was it yesterday? Who was it? Mark Muffing Mitchell. All right? We can only go so far when we talk about these names. But everyone in the chat, as Zach has noticed here, can tell that, it's just we can't do it right now. So we have sponsors to support. All right. Chris wants me to drop some bars. That's not happening. I will drop something else on you. If you're so pissed off at this loss right now, and you're saying the only thing that's going to fix this is running out and buying some jewelry for my significant other, you're
Wow.
you're heading in the right direction here, folks.
Wow.
If that's the way you're thinking, because you want to head to the Yearly Company,
That's
a Nashville-based fine jewelry brand. Kentucky fans, you're heading to Nashville soon, and boy, I don't want to remind you who you're going to play, because right now it's not a pretty matchup. You're playing the Zags, but if you want to buy some fine jewelry from a Nashville brand, it's built on tradition, designed for meaning. That's the Yearly Company. Solid 14-karat gold, natural gemstones, made to measure for a perfect fit, backed by a lifetime guarantee. You're asking yourself, why am I telling you all this right now? Because I'm trying to give you 100% off the sizing kit. It's absolutely free, complimentary, if you will, from the Yearly Company. You have to use our code, though, at checkout, SE16KIT. SE16KIT. Go buy some jewelry. They got the Yearly Company bangles. Go ahead and get your holiday shopping done now, because you're going to be frustrated with your basketball team for the next month. You don't want to think about shopping. So go get that sizing kit right now. The Yearly Company. Buy some jewelry. That'll cheer you up. All right, ROKFORM. ROKFORM.com. Some Kentucky fans may need some ROKFORMs tonight, because it's the world's strongest magnetic phone case, and those things went flying about an hour ago when this game seemed to be decided. Extreme protection, though. Super strong magnets, rock lock secure mounting. If you did throw your phone tonight and you had a ROKFORM, your phone's in good shape. You're on there looking up whether the domain name markpopefired.com is available. Whatever you're doing, you need a ROKFORM case or accessory over there. SEC25 for 25% off. SEC25, 25% off. ROKFORM.com. ROKFORM.com. Okay. By the way, I know a lot of people are talking about the Arkansas thing and the comparison we made. Yes, we're aware they played at Michigan State.
Yes.
But still, both performances left a lot to be desired. That was the bigger point. This one more so than the other one, because this was a poorer performance. Poorer? More poor? I don't know. Who knows? Who knows?
I was trying to think, like, if Arkansas was a sour taste in your mouth, I don't even know. This is like,
oh yeah, that nothing compared to this one.
It's like in the Christmas Story when you get your tongue, you just got your tongue attached to the pole, and you're panicking now. You're just panic mode, straight panic mode.
Well, no triple dog dares needed for you guys to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button as well, turn on your notifications, and continue to leave your comments after we finish up this live show. As we said, come back tomorrow morning. We'll have some additional thoughts, and you know what we're going to do? We're going to play some audio tomorrow morning, maybe some video from the press conference. Whatever Mark Pope had to say, we'll play some of it in the morning on the show. We'll also play some stuff from maybe a little Lamont Paris, Father Lamont, with his Gamecocks getting an 87-58 win tonight over
Radford. We need a little song. We need a pick-me-up.
Yeah, we need Father Lamont to give us a little pick-me-up.
Big time.
Yeah. So I think getting a little knowledge from the 4-0 South Carolina Gamecocks may be what we need tomorrow morning. We'll see who holds on for victories here in these other games, because we're not coming back tonight to do a Winthrop upsets Arkansas or Alcorn State upsets LSU. We're not doing that tonight. I hope we're not having to talk about that tomorrow morning, because the SEC needs to pick it up here in these big games. So we'll find out. All right. On the way out, Justin's going to make sure you know that Vandy's getting screwed by the college football playoff, just as he compares to another thing here as well. All right. You guys are the best.
Real quick.
What do you got?
I got two things. There's 730 of you in here. 730 in here. Two things. One, let's get maybe a little like on the video. Maybe a little like, subscribe. Help the guys out. All right. There's one. And then two, who's the best team you've seen this year? Let us know in the chat. Okay, so Josh says the Zags.
Don't be throwing that out in this chat, Josh. What are you doing?
Not ideal who the Zags are going to play from the SEC coming up. But Blake, I'm curious, who's the best team you think? Maybe not even who do you think the best team is, just you've watched with your own eyes. Who's the best? Who's played the best hoops you have seen so far in this young season?
Honestly? Well, hold on. I'm trying to think.
Let's see. We've got Zach
honestly,
also thinks the Zags.
Arizona or Illinois?
Arizona, Illinois. All right. Houston or Duke?
I mean, Duke's probably a good choice. But if I had to go outside, I don't even know if it's outside the box to say that it's Arizona or Illinois, but I thought Illinois was very impressive against Texas Tech to get that win, and then I think Arizona kind of speaks for itself. But
Louisville's a lot of it. Illinois. Like, I'll tell you what, guys. Illinois just kind of went under the radar of outside of Big Ten. If you guys follow Sleepers Media, they were all over Illinois this offseason. But out of them, not too much Illinois hype.
Yeah.
Arizona. I would say mine would be I think the Zags in that Creighton game. They murdered Creighton by like 30 or something. And I was just like, oh my gosh, this team is huge. I'd probably say I haven't seen Illinois yet, other than that Texas Tech game. So,
yeah. I mean, again, I think the top, I don't know that there's a lot of separation with these teams at the top because I think you got a lot of good teams, like I said, in that same kind of, whether it's the Zags, Duke, Illinois, UConn, even, Purdue, Arizona. Again, not going to be a popular answer on this one, but Louisville's not look bad, folks. So, yeah, teams like that, I mean, they're some good teams at the top right now, but this is where, starting next week, you guys know, like we get into feast week and all that. You're going to start to see some separation, and I think like it's going to be pretty fun to see how it kind of shakes out because it may come at the SEC's expense. I mean, he may just take a beating in non-conference play this year. The law of averages may come back to get the SEC after last year's just dominant performance. So,
and when you're upset and you're frustrated, yeah, you know where to come to find a safe place.
Listen, win or lose, we're here. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk SEC basketball. If the SEC gets 3 teams in the tournament this year, we're going to talk about it. Now that may be the end of Southeastern 16 if they only get 3 teams in this year, but you know what? There's only so much we can do. So, all right. Who is Arizona, UConn tomorrow? Is that right? That is tomorrow. I kept thinking that was Thursday. Yeah, that's tomorrow. Yeah. I don't know.
Let's see.
Yeah, tomorrow. Arizona at UConn.
Yep.
Tomorrow night. Stores. Big game.
Oh, nice little doubleheader. 7 o'clock Arizona, or this is Eastern. Arizona, UConn, and then following it.
Yeah.
Alabama, Illinois at 9.
All right. We missed the super chat here earlier. I know Josh just had one, but sorry, Josh. I think I just lost it in the shuffle. Let me catch up on the $2 one from Zach earlier. Texas smashing, right? We did call that one. We said this game should not be close for the Longhorns. Justin, $2 super chat. Yeah, check out the basket under review because, believe it or not, I'm actually writing over there. And a lot of the things that I think this last week column I wrote about Kentucky, I said the biggest issue I have with them so far has been I don't think they have chemistry. And boy, did that really play out tonight. I think that's still my biggest concern is I just don't see any chemistry yet with these guys. But you've got time to figure that out. But yeah, every Thursday/Friday morning, you get a column from yours truly, a very lengthy, long-form read each week on SEC basketball. All right,
I found Josh, I think.
Okay, $5 super chat. Honest thoughts on Tennessee on the way out here. Need a 2-guard to step up. Yeah, I mean, honestly, Josh, it's different than Kentucky, but I still think Tennessee's a team where you're gonna be frustrated offensively this year, which I know you're not surprised by that at times, but I think there are going to be some of those games, especially as you start to play these teams like we mentioned, Illinois, Houston, and so forth. I think you're gonna get a little frustrated sometimes with the offense, and I think they've got to put Nate Ament in the right spots to succeed offensively, and I don't think that is him just having to create on his own. I think you just got to be able to run stuff, and you're going to really need Nate Ament and Jacoby Gillespie to score. I think they got to score like 15 or more every game.
Yeah.
And we mentioned the bright spot for Tennessee has been Estrella, but we don't know the injury extent right now. So
Jacoby Gillespie, 13 of 32 from 3, 40%. So if you were worried at all about Jacoby Gillespie and his offense, bounces back right away. But Blake, do you know how many? So 13 threes is the most through 4 games for a player for Tennessee. Do you know what the second leading shooter is? How many they've made?
Who's that?
It's a tie between Troy Henderson and Ament for 4 threes. So the second leading 3-point shooter on Tennessee has made 4 threes. That's the concern.
Oh, yeah. Well, the Hogs and Winthrop are now tied at 57 with 12:44 to go. Oh my, we cannot be dealt the double whammy of Kentucky and Arkansas fans don't want to be miserable together. I can
What are
tell
we
you
doing?
that. Like, they don't want to be miserable together. We don't want to be miserable with Kentucky and Arkansas fans. We all just want to be happy, okay? But man, we'll see how these games turn out tonight. We're gonna be here to talk about it in the morning.
He is within single digits.
Our guy Elias is gonna take over that game. Come on. All right. Appreciate you guys. SC Scout guy. We're gonna talk about South Carolina in the morning.
Yes.
Because we want to be able to kind of tie all the other games together. This was obviously a big enough game, and there was enough interest, I think, based on how many people have been in this chat, to really zone in on Kentucky's issues here. So tomorrow morning, we're going to spotlight South Carolina in our usual morning show, and we'll talk about all these other games. Hopefully no upsets, but we will find out.
And then we'll also talk Alabama, Illinois, and Auburn, Jackson State come up tomorrow night.
That's right. So I assume we'll probably do an Alabama-Illinois preview. And I'm just going to go ahead and tell you right now, I'm going to do you Alabama fans a favor. I'm going to pick Illinois.
I knew you were going to do that.
We got to reverse the curse here somehow, some way. I'm picking Illinois right now. Spoiler alert. I don't care what I say about the game. I'm picking the Illini. Period.
I gotta go back to my roots for this preview. I gotta dig deep. I gotta find some weird stat I'm gonna lean on. I can't. I got to go back to the roots.
Yeah. Well, all right. We're out of here. Arkansas, please pick it up. Other teams playing right now, please. Winthrop's up. My goodness. What are we doing? All right. I got to watch the end of this game. We appreciate you guys. Go SEC. Super chats, memberships. Watch the channel. Goes like this. We're going to need all the help we can get here this season. No, in all seriousness. Appreciate you guys for hopping in. Let us know other thoughts you have in the chat, and we will talk more SEC basketball tomorrow morning, either 8:30 a.m. Central or 9 a.m. Central. TBD, one of the two. Be ready for it. Thanks as always for watching. Talk to you soon here at Southeastern 16, presented by FanDuel.